The past, influence, there's all these things that we bring into our discernment. And at the end of the day, there is a choice point where we can say, am I going to do this? Am I going to do that?
Right.
Am I going to do...
Phil Phails at Philosophy.
I don't arrive at my sense of agency through reason, but I think it's reasonable to believe in agency given what I experience.
You don't... say that in a different way?
It's not through philosophy. It's not through reason that I arrive at my sense of agency.
It's more...
But given my experience of the world and what other people tell me about their experience of the world, the most reasonable explanation for all of that is agency, is free will.
You just don't want your philosophy friends to come at you now that you've said you're a libertarian. I'm making just bold statements now.
It's fine.
You're saying, this is my philosophical stance, philosopher. This is my subjective walk in the world stance.
My philosophy friends like to argue. I think argument's one way of understanding the world.
Yeah. Who wrote this chapter? Do you have it? Let's shout out this dude.
Yeah.
As we start to wrap up.
Conversation.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you just want me to put my glasses back on.
You guys see that smart man over there?
The glasses shot. Rick Repetti. Let's see.
Rick Hetty?
Rick Repetti.
Rick Repetti.
He's a professor. These books have these nice little explanations of who these people are in the back. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So he's a professor of philosophy at CUNY, Kingsborough. His publications on free will include Buddhism, Meditation, and Free Will, a Buddhist theory of mental freedom. So, I mean, like, obviously...
He's Buddhist-centric, but why? That's interesting, given that the chapter was more...
Yeah.
From my perspective, more like Western-centric.
Buddhist perspectives on free will, agentless agency, the counterfactual theory of free will, a genuinely deterministic form of soft determinism. Yeah, he's got a lot of books on
Buddhism
and on this topic. So if you thought it was too thin, you've got whole books you could go to.
I could dig in, but right now I've got to think about the next chapter, and we're on what is this? The 6th or the 7th?
This
question?
is the 6th question, which is like, how do you get God out of the problem of evil? Why do bad things happen to good people?
Why do bad things happen to good? That's the next question.
Yeah.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
And it's subtitled, "And None of Us Deserving the Cruelty or the Grace: Buddhism and the Problem of Evil."
I'm excited to that's an interesting one. Evil. Just the idea of some cosmic awareness of good and bad.
Yeah.
You know, if everything goes right, tomorrow I'll sit down with Choro, the head Zen Buddhist at the Zen Center.
Nice. Good.
I don't know what we're going to talk about yet.
Isn't that exciting?
I think we'll talk about Buddhism.
Probably.
But I've contemplated bringing up some of these questions.
You should. Be like, I'm reading this crazy book about Buddhist philosophy, and then these things.
And the seed you planted about getting a group of people together to talk about stuff it's still there growing inside of me. I'm not sure how to do it yet, but I've thought about, like, how can I put together a small panel of people to talk about things? It would be fun.
It would be fun. Maybe
even to take callers.
Yeah.
Have the community call in. One reason I'm scared to do that is I've, in bringing in social media into my life, I've watched TikToks and I've watched all these things, and they'll go live, and I've seen the type of people that call into these things.
Right.
And I don't know how to vet the people that interact with us, and I'd want it to kind of stay on track or not waste time on someone that's trolling or someone that's,
Yeah, I think you have to be prepared to be a moderator in a real intrusive way at times.
Yeah.
Like if someone calls in and asks a crazy question, you just got to be ready to be like, okay, well, that's an interesting question. And on the fly, let's think about it this way and steer it back to where...
Somehow get it. Or maybe look at the panel real quick and be like, is this someone I cut off? Or is this someone we actually have fun with? Or
Yeah. So...
But I'm contemplating that.
That's why people like call-in shows, is because of that.
The wildness.
The wildness, the
Yeah.
craziness.
So y'all look out for this. I'm not sure when or if it'll happen. It'll happen if it's destined to happen, or if I use my agency with Grant and a whole group of other people with agency to get to the same place.
Yeah.
This has been Phil Phails at Philosophy Book Club with Grant Potts. We've been talking about free will.
Free will. Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking about it's our 6th book club, our 7th recording.
What do you think about that?
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, you've got this sort of like world you're trying to build, and I'm like, that's cool. But it's creating these nice, fun experiences where I get to talk to you for a couple hours on film.
How do you feel about it getting put out? What is your experience of the videos coming out and like the advertising or the marketing of it all?
I like watching it. I refuse to watch the videos of me.
You do?
Yeah.
You didn't watch the TV show when it aired?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I was like thinking that you guys were all watching it.
No way. I don't want to see myself on camera. Really? Like I'll watch some of the shorts a little bit. It makes me, because if I do that too much, I'm going to become too self-conscious on camera.
Yeah.
I'm going to start, just the way my brain works, I'm going to start micro-analyzing my gestures and my face, and I don't want to do that.
How do you think that I feel? I've been editing this.
I know.
I've got Emerson editing these now.
I know. I like it. Like it's a cross to bear. I feel for you.
I want to and work to take out all the ums, to speak more clearly and consistently, to make more space. I think it actually improves the way that I interact with folks, not cut people off as much, because it's just a pain in the butt to edit or to get the captions.
Yeah.
But it is a whole other experience.
Yeah. I don't like being on stage. I don't.
As we like in this stage production.
I don't like it. I don't like people looking at me.
So there's an illusion that you have.
I don't look at myself in the mirror.
Just this moment.
Like, yeah, it's just like there's a whole level of that I deal with. And I deal with it by just not watching myself recorded. Like I record videos for, like, it's a problem too when I'm teaching, because like I'm teaching my asynchronous online classes, and I use pretty constant video feed as part of how I teach in an asynchronous environment. Like, and I don't like have a body of videos I collect, and I just record fresh videos every class. Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I got to watch those to just sort of, and I don't like it because I get too self-conscious.
Well, don't watch them.
Yeah. So I just don't watch them.
Should we hug it up?
Hope I didn't do something terribly crazy.
We end these with,
what are you, like, I'm like, what are you doing? Are we doing a hand hug? No, we're not doing a hand hug. Come here.